What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This clip is from our NCAA basketball breakdown starring Maxwell Smart. We have a late night special, and you succeed with these late night specials a lot. And let's get right after it. It is 11 p.m. Eastern. We have Eastern Washington, a team that I've watched Max bet often in the past few years at Washington State. Cougars is at Beasley Coliseum in Pullman, Washington. Let's see what we are being offered here from a market perspective. As I said, it was up. It's up at Bet365. Washington State is sitting at -3 at -115. It opened at -2.5. There are 3.5s on the board. This total is sitting at 148. We've seen no movement on the total. Eastern Washington had their season opener postponed due to 2 positive COVID cases within the Eagles program. I tried to dig deeper. These teams are being pretty close to their chest. Washington State opened its campaign with a 56-52 win at home over Texas Southern. We spoke about that game and the defense that Texas Southern showed. Guard Isaac Bonton scored 28 points, but was just 7 of 25 from the field, just 3 of 14 from 3. And he is Washington State Cougars' main scoring option. Max, my man, take it away. Late night special, 11 p.m. Eastern. Eastern Washington, Washington State.
Well, Jim, you got to also let the people know that there were 7 turnovers to go with those 28 points. The fact that this team shot more 3-point buckets than 2-point attempts is something I hate to see, but I'll take advantage of it, and I'm going to try to with this game also. DJ Rodman obviously is the only other name worthwhile mentioning, so I'll mention him, and then I'll move on. The bottom line is this Eastern Washington team, although they're losing Mason Peatling, is still a very talented and potent 3-point shooting team. Jacob Davison is probably the only one that doesn't shoot the 3-point ball well, but he is the master of the mid-range jumper. So who takes up the 3-point mantle? A guy that when you look at and watch play, at least on defense, you're like, that guy doesn't shoot a lot of threes. But Kim Aiken, he shoots a lot of threes. He took over 200 last year, and I look forward to watching him do more. This is a guy that is a 3-level scorer, can take you down, take you off the dribble, is strong enough, and has the common sense and ball security skills to see when he's going into a brick wall and find one of his teammates. One of those teammates are going to be Jack Perry. What does Jack Perry do? He shoots the 3-point ball well. How does he do it? 40%. Like that. I like it a lot. Then you throw in, I think, a guy that's going to develop a lot more this year. There's going to be a lot more responsibility given to him, but I do think that Tanner Groves is going to assert himself in that 5 spot. He's a 3-point threat himself, but he's also capable of protecting the rim, getting on the glass, and allowing Kim Aiken to give him room to work on the low block. This is a team that has a lot of potential. This is a number that I think that is just wrong. There's no reason in my mind that Washington State should be a 3-point favorite. If I lined this game and it was my book, I would have Eastern Washington as a 2.5-point favorite. So,
do you think that the reason why Washington State is favored here is because of the unknown with the COVID cases in the Eagles program?
I think that could be the case, but I have to just go by the numbers and by my player projections. And when I look at that Washington State roster, I see a lot of under 65-point performances. And if you do that against Eastern Washington with their 3-point shooters and the fact that Jacob Davison can take over the game and just hit mid-range jumper after mid-range jumper, it's just not a recipe that I'm looking to freaking cook up.
I love it. I absolutely love it, and this number is going up. We may not after people start hearing that you are on the other side of where the market is going. I can offer you a +3 at -105. That's available at Bet365. Is that what you'd like?
What do you have a 3.5? And if it's highly juiced, obviously don't even bother mentioning it.
I don't at this point
All
because
right.
the licensed books haven't come out with it. If it happens, in the next few hours, before I, post your action, you can have it because the leading indicator books are saying that it's going to 3.5.
In this situation, Jim, I think that I'd be willing to gamble a little here and sell down to my number. Obviously, I have to do that on Bet365 because they do allow you to sell up to 8 points. And that would probably be the route that I'm going to go personally. I'm definitely not going to make that an official show play.
Okay.
But if you're a gambler and you want to just gamble because you're doing this recreationally, take a shot with that.
And Eastern Washington minus 2.5 is plus 170.
Well, Jim, if Eastern Washington wins this game, you think they'll win this game by 1 or 2, or you think they'll win this game by more than a 3-point bucket?
I
That's how you
do.
have to look at it.
Yeah, I think that with Eastern Washington scoring prowess, if they're ahead late and how they handle the foul line, I think that you can cover that 2.5.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Jim. I've seen these guys blow a lot of leads. I've seen them be up, and I've seen free throw shooting kill them. But I hope that they learn from their mistakes, and I hope that the key guys that I mentioned, Aiken, Davison, Groves, and Jack Perry, are all in the lineup. And if they are, then I think that we're good. So give me Washington. Give me Eastern Washington +3 for now. If you can get me that 3.5, I'll obviously take it, but I'll take the +3 for record keeping purposes.
And for record keeping purposes, we tweet out Max's action as soon as this video is downloaded. So it won't be long from now. Right now, it is 12:04 a.m. on Saturday, November 28th. We are 10 hours and 56 minutes away from Max's first action, which is the Omaha Mavericks versus Abilene Christian Wildcats, the under 140. And we are 23 hours away from this spot here, Eastern Washington Eagles at Washington State Cougars.